Hello, everyone, and welcome to our brand new episode of the Three Whisketeers. I'm Jamie, your host. This is our angel-haired hipster, Curtis, and our happy Honduran, Eddie. Today, Curtis, it looks like we have a very special bottle, award winner.
Something very special.
91 points.
91 points.
Comes from our local distillery, Cedar Ridge,
Okay.
just south of Cedar Rapids.
Okay.
And I just happened to be where there was a tasting, and there's only a handful of bottles that are released. The rest are coming out in October.
Okay.
And it's
wow.
their 5-year.
That's special.
Yeah, it is special.
Wow.
And we even have a lovely signature from Jeff.
Holy crap. Jeff who?
Jeff, he owns Cedar Ridge, and he says cheers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so why don't you open that for us?
Okay. So this got 91 points from the Los Angeles International Spirits Competition 2018.
Right here.
Best of category. So what category
Where
is this?
Los Angeles,
Los
huh?
Angeles International Spirits Competition.
Well, they know.
Best of category. I don't know what category it is.
Probably
Best of category gold. So it's got gold.
So this is considered an Iowa bourbon.
And Iowa
Yes.
bourbon. Okay.
And I did a little homework.
Okay.
I looked up the rules for a bourbon because we were debating that, and Wikipedia says the federal standards for identity for distilled spirits state that bourbon made for U.S. consumption must be produced in the United States, made from grain mixture that is at least 51% corn,
Ooh.
aged in new charred oak containers,
Okay.
distilled to no more than 160 U.S. proof, 80% alcohol by volume, entered into the barrel for aging at no more than 125 proof, bottled like other whiskeys at 80 proof or more, 40% alcohol by volume.
Okay, so 80% or more. 40% or more alcohol. Okay. So this one's 46%.
Yep, or more.
Yeah, and this one's Cedar Ridge Reserve Iowa bourbon whiskey, handcrafted, small batches, aged 5 years. So this is like something that's really special around our area. Any local bar, you'll find something like this or one of their bottles.
you'll find one of their bottles.
Yeah, and there's a variety.
Here's their single malt.
Yep.
I recently also had their rye. Actually, I like the rye a lot. It's the first time I had it. And I'm kind of picky about my ryes. And
Don't we have that here?
no, we do not.
Okay.
And but this is their first bourbon that I actually
It's really strong in the nose.
Holy crap.
I actually really liked this. I mean, a lot of their bourbons I felt were a little young. I said green. A lot of people didn't really understand what that meant. I just didn't feel that they had aged long enough, and they didn't have the balance. But this 5-year has finally gotten to the point where it is really good, and it is worth the price you pay for it.
Okay, so this is what they say about their product. From discerning ingredient selection to skilled fractioning, blending, and bottling, taste, the expertise our artisan brings to every bottle in Cedar Ridge dark aged spirits. Over the years, we have occasionally held back a few of our most flavorful batches for extra aging. This extra time in barrel creates a reserve bourbon that is rich, complex, sophisticated, and sophisticated. Enjoy, bro. So right from the nose,
Go ahead and take that nose on.
dude. Right from the nose, it's I'm not an expert, but I would say they're white oak barrels. I'm just gonna take a guess.
You could say that about a lot, though.
Yeah.
The interesting
it
thing.
explodes to the nose.
The interesting thing about it is the first sip I had, when it rested on my palate, the first hint I got was rye. And Jeff was standing right there, and he said, "Have you got rye in this?" And he said, "Well, no." And I said, "Really?" Because, I mean, there really is a small essence of rye in the flavor. I like that. I think it's really
Yeah, I
neat.
do too.
But he says, no, there's no rye in it. And I believe him. Why would he lie to me?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, I don't want to say it's just like rye, but there's like some reminiscence of something kind of like rye. And my thing about Cedar Ridge is, I agree with Curtis when he talks about things being. To me, it was explained to me as being fresh, where it's kind of strong and it's not aged long enough, and it really took away from the craftsmanship of it. But now, having this 5-year-old bourbon, oh my gosh, it changed my mind about Cedar Ridge.
This is the first whiskey from Cedar Ridge that I actually got excited about.
Right.
And I wanted to get excited about it because they are our local distillery. And we have several in Iowa, but they're the guys just down the road.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place too.
And Jeff, I spoke to him about this, of course. I would speak to him about this.
Here we go.
They made the best grappa on the planet. This was amazing grappa. So Jeff, if you ever see this, bring back the grappa.
The grappa,
it's incredible.
Dude. We're tired of hearing about it.
This is my last bottle, and I don't think I'll ever find another one. And if you notice it's not open, Jeff, bring back your grappa.
Here, I can do that for you.
No, yeah. Don't touch my grappa.
But I'm going back to the tasting. I do taste the woody, the smoke that comes from the barrels, and it's very complex. It's very smooth. It does have a little burn in there that is reminiscent to the fresh, what I got from like the other bottles that were fresh, but it doesn't bother me as much because this is actually a lot more smoother. But it was pungent to the nose, you think?
Yeah, well, yeah. It walloped me right in the nose. First.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be the glass and how it just came to me.
Yeah, it exploded.
But the taste isn't as like that though.
Yeah.
Once you get it, the taste, it's.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was.
better.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was like this is like blah like any other bourbon out there that's 5 years old. This is actually a little more complex. The burn is a little bit different. I did not expect to have such a burn, but it's only 5 years old. So, but overall, I really like this. I mean, I think I can't wait to try the 10-year and the 15-year when it does come out.
We'll have to wait on that.
Yeah.
That's a future episode down the
Future
road.
episode in the apocalypse time.
So do we have anything else that we want to say about Cedar Ridge and what they're working on? Do you know anything else?
I don't know anything.
Okay.
I just wanted to say, well done. Finally, they've got one that I'm willing to shell out $50 for.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jeff.
up until this point, I've been really reluctant to do that. I mean, I've bought a bottle here and there to support the local team, but
Yeah.
but
And
this
they're
one,
everywhere.
I will buy another at that price.
Yeah, they're everywhere. I mean, I have not. There's a handful of bars where I have not seen this at, and these are usually cash bars that only have like, Bud Light and just cheap beer, and they don't really have a lot of different varieties, just like dive bars. But 90% of the places out there, I've seen Cedar Ridge, and this is something to actually have there, to be proud of.
Well, maybe you ought to hang out in a better class bar.
Well, dude, I hang where I hang. Okay, there's different places. They say come over, I come over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I think this is a good bourbon. I think we covered all the bases on what a bourbon is and what makes it. There's some other material about straight bourbon, and it does have a time requirement. And
Which is 4 years.
4 years for straight bourbon.
4 years.
Yep, we can.
And it's awfully hard to find a bourbon that is aged more than 15. It doesn't happen very often. There's very few out there that age that long.
Let's hope they reserve some, right?
Well, I mean, you got your Pappy 15, you got your Pappy 20, and your Pappy 23. But there's not a lot others that go that long.
Yeah, let's hope that they save some. And I am assuming that they did.
Bourbon that meets the above requirements has been aged for a minimum of 2 years and does not have added coloring, flavoring, or other spirits may, but not required to, be called straight bourbon.
Oh, so it's only 2 years.
Bottled in bond.
Bottled in bond is 4 years.
Yep.
All right.
I think that basically covers all of the. I think our debate was that is bourbon have to be made in Kentucky and the Tennessee area?
Yeah.
And it does not. It just has to
And
be made in the U.S.
respectfully, they have put here Iowa bourbon because they want to make sure that you understand where it comes from, and that they're not trying to say that it is from Kentucky.
Traditionally, 95% of bourbon is made in Kentucky.
Yeah, that's right. That this is our own version of bourbon in Iowa, which is good. The 5 year is.
It is good.
It's fantastic.
And on that note, make sure you click like and subscribe. Thanks everyone for sharing all of this. Great Britannian where you carry us home. I have just a drizzle left.
All for one?
One for all.
One for all.